Ages ago, a bird hunting tribe started to hunt the jungles of southern Nepal. They were hunting all kinds of birds, and they were hunting on permission of the old kings and the ranas after them, providing delicious meat for the palace kitchen. And with a bit of luck, you can still meet them today. In this short documentary, we'll follow a Karoria family for one day as they hunt along the old railroad in Janakpur in southern Nepal. The Karorias stay in India during the summer, but in winter they return to their old hunting grounds. It's early morning at the Karoria camp. The young boys are getting ready for the day, washing up at a local tube well. Breakfast is rice and leftover meat from yesterday's hunt. Even before breakfast is over, the young boys start practicing the Karoria's most important hunting weapon, the bird harpoon. The Karorias have used the harpoon for centuries, but the young boys have to learn from scratch, and it takes a lot of practice. The hunters come to show how it's done. The harpoon needs to be balanced as it's assembled, reaching more than 10 meters up in the canopy. But the Karorias not only hunt, they also produce and sell natural colors. It's a side business that gives an extra income. The elders take part in packaging the color powder. But it's the job of the two youngest boys to bring the goods to the market in town. And while the boys are getting ready, the hunters are gearing up. One of the hunters has spotted the first bird of the day. It's a heron, perching on a branch high up. He finds a spot to launch the harpoon, but halfway up, the bird flies away. Elsewhere, one of the hunters hears a heron land, and he moves into position. It's critical to find a clear path for the harpoon up into the canopy. The hunter carefully launches his weapon. At the slightest noise, the heron might fly away. The boys were watching the hunter quietly from the railway track. Now they're excited. One of them carries the birds in a sack over his shoulder as they continue. One hour later, as the temperature is rising, the hunters have still only caught one bird. They decide to change strategy and head for a patch of woodland farther away. Busy in the heat, two local farmers barely notice the hunters as they pass by and disappear under the canopy to look for birds. Guided by the alarm calls of crows and magpies, the hunters have spotted a small owl. It's a tiny dot high up in an old bamboo, but still one of the hunters try. The owl is only wounded. After a while, the hunter is spotted again. To the Karorias, any species of bird can be hunted. The owl is considered good and nutritious meat. The Karorias are opportunists. They soon catch other birds in the bamboos, including this hoopoe. And as they again reach open land, they change strategy. First, they dig out mice in a harvested paddy field. Then one of the hunters starts to imitate the call of a hawk. Soon a hawk appears, followed by a crow. It lands in a nearby tree. The alarm calls of crows alerts the hunters to the arrival of a second hawk. With a string of bark, the hunters carefully tie each mouse to a stick. The mice are laced with a drop of poison in the neck, made according to an age-old recipe. The strategy is simple but difficult to execute. It takes skills and experience to lay out the bait close to the hawks without scaring them off. Now all the hunters can do is wait until a hawk strikes and swallows one of the poisoned mice. Suddenly a hawk takes the bait and returns to the tree. The poison works quickly. After a few minutes, the bird drops to the ground, paralyzed. One of the hunters runs to the side to secure the catch. The hawk is not only caught for its meat. The wing bones can also be sold to local shamans who use them for their magic. Meanwhile, another hawk takes the bait, and the hunters run to secure the second precious catch of the day. The sun is hanging low, and after picking the two hawks, the hunters decide to head back to the camp next to the railway track. There's excitement at the hunters' return. Some of the birds are roasted directly over fire. Other pieces of meat are portioned out in equal shares and boiled. The men not only prepare the birds, but also help out with the cooking. A delicious smell of wild bird meat, roasted potatoes and onions lies over the camp. Locals pass by the camp and don't mind the Karorias. They have known the Karorias for ages. After dinner, the girls do the dishes. Then, as the adults start to chat around the campfire, the boys and girls start to play. In this way ends another day for the Karoria family on their old hunting grounds along the old railway track in Janakpur.